The Padres will be beating either the Tigers or the Mariners. Now, we can't avoid the narrative for the Mariners. The Mariners have never made it to the World Series. The Padres have never won the World Series. There's the AL MVP candidate Cal Raleigh. We should pay attention to him because he could end up breaking the single season American League record. Now, when Judge broke the record, he didn't make it to the World Series, so that's a thing that could hurt Cal Raleigh. But the hotline bling, the headlines are there. Raleigh's Gematria of the Padres. They both have 42. Gematria of San Diego. And Nestor Cortes used to pitch with the Mariners before joining the Yankees and ultimately making it to the World Series last year. He served a meatball right up the middle to Freddie Freeman Game 1. He can avenge that Game 1 loss, that World Series loss, by winning a ring with the San Diego Padres. Cortes is going to be successful at the end of the day. So, again, they have 61 wins in the playoffs, the Tigers, right? They'll avoid the wild card round. So 3 wins in the divisional series, 4 in the pennant series. So at the end of the day, I still like the Tigers to get their 68th win to win the American League Championship. And they can beat the Mariners in the ALCS to get the 68 wins. Now, what I want to look at is their overall record in the American League Championship Series. So, what do we have right here? 0-1, 1-1, 1-2, 2-2, 2-3, 3-3, 3-4, losing to the Red Sox. So, I think the Tigers will be 4-4 in the ALCS. Winning 4 out of 8 American League Championship Series before they fall to 4-8 in the World Series. Now 4-4 in the pennant series, it's champions, that's 44. So we have to keep that in mind. It's also Seattle, that's Gematria 44. So when we look at the ALCS record overall, the Mariners may be a long shot bet, but ultimately it's coded for the Tigers to win. Now, wins overall in the pennant series if you're Detroit. 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's 5, 2, and 3. There's 1, that's 6, that's 4, that's 10. There's 2, that's 12, 4, 16. So they have 18 wins in the American League Championship Series. So I think they get their 20th win against Cal. What is 22 going to symbolize? That's the big thing for the Tigers. Because, San Diego doesn't equal 22. Padres isn't 22. Now, San Diego, California is Gematria 42. Again, Raleigh's 42. The Padres is 42. Where is he? Cal's Gematria 65, San Diego Padres is 65. So I'm not writing off the Mariners, but who do you feel strongest to make it in the American League? The Tigers or the Mariners? And there's no wrong answer, although I am looking at overall records. So I think this is a key part of the equation here to look at. How many wins since, I wonder, it's been a while since they won the World Series. They won the World Series against the Padres, but maybe the Padres win the rematch this time around. So 1, 3, 4, 8, 9, 12, 14, 17, 21. They had 21 wins since their last title before the World Series against the Giants. It's title, that's 21 Gematria. So it looks like the Tigers have won 30 games since they last won the championship. And I think they'll get to 37 wins since their last title, entering the World Series against San Diego. I should go to the Mariners list of seasons. And I'll show you something too in a second. So Seattle, they'll probably be a wild card team. They have 17 wins. They're going to advance to the divisional series. It's Seattle, that's 19. So you only need a win 2 out of 3 to make it to the divisional round. So the Mariners will get to 19 wins by beating whoever their opponent is going to be. They can still win the division, but then the Blue Jays and the Tigers could still finish ahead of Seattle. So there's that too. But if they are a wild card team, they would need 26 wins to make it to the World Series. Padre by itself is 26, but then I'm going to show you the 2025 season. So this is their 27th season overall at T-Mobile Park, and 27 is Gematria Padres. So that's something that we probably should pay attention to. There's World Series Gematria. This is the Padres' 57th season in existence. This is almost perfect because the Padres is Gematria of World Series, and World Series is 57, and this is the Padres' 57th season overall in their history. So there's World Series, and then what's the nickname for World Series? Fall Classic. Now notice how the Fall Classic is Gematria 49. This is the Mariners' 49th season in their history, 48 prior seasons. The Padres is 48. So you never know if this could tie into the 49th season in Mariners history. They retired the number 51 worn by Ichiro. Notice how Ichiro's Gematria of Seattle. Ichiro's Gematria of the 4-4 ALCS record if you are the Detroit Tigers. So, again, when we're looking at their playoff record, they'll get to 5-5 and 6-5, maybe 6-6 in a title series. You know, that's ultimately what could be working against them. Could they go improve to 1-3 in the ALCS? That big Masonic 13, 1 divided by 3 is 0.33. 12th man of the Seattle Seahawks. It could be their 12th playoff series in the ALCS, so something to consider. I don't know what the 9th win represents in the ALCS for Seattle, but how many losses? They're at 12 losses in the ALCS. So what if they get the 16 losses in the ALCS to be eliminated again? It's Cal, that's Gematria 16. So now Cal's Gematria 65. And so I do like the Mariners' playoff series record to be 6-5. So it was a trap. Judge with the historic, season. He doesn't make it to the World Series in 2022. So we got to pay attention to Aaron Judge a little bit. Now, Caleb John Raleigh, his full name, is Gematria of the Fall Classic in the Mariners' 49th season. And look at the reverse side of the Gematria, too. Fall Classic and Raleigh have same Gematria, same exact simple Gematria too. Yeah, it's not if the Mariners make it to the World Series, but when. And if they don't make it to the World Series this year, the Seattle Mariners, damn well, their 51st season in existence is going to tie into Ichiro number 51. So that's what you have to keep in mind. Now, Caleb John Raleigh is Gematria World Series too. So I do believe there is a path for him someday to make it to the World Series because he's a big-time player. Now, they are from the state of Washington. This is their 49th season. Washington is 130-49. The Fall Classic is 130-49. This is their 49th season. So we see from two layers the 49th season of the Mariners and the 68th win for the Tigers in the playoffs to beat the Mariners to be 4-4 against Seattle. But it's either going to be Padres over Tigers or Padres over Mariners. His nickname is the Big Dumper. 49th season for Seattle. 50 prior seasons. Their 51st season is a tribute to Ichiro Suzuki. So that's the two sides. That's the two sides to it right there. Julio Rodriguez, the shortstop, he's a big-time player. Rodriguez is Gematria of the Padres. That's key Gematria. Julio Rodriguez 80, the San Diego Padres is 80. So this is going to be a very interesting thing to look at. He's number 29. Do they win the championship in their 29th season? So it's either this year or 2027 for the Seattle Mariners. Okay, this guy's there for a while now. He's there a while. How many years after, they lost the ALCS? How many more years later are they going to make it to the World Series? Ultimately, 26 years after losing against the Yankees, they can make it in 2027, and it's Yankees. That's Gematria 26. Caleb, it is Caleb, that is Gematria 14. The Mariners could improve to 1-4 in the ALCS en route to making it to the World Series. Maybe we see a repeat Yankees-Mariners in the future in 2026 and in 2027. That's what we have to consider. So I believe I'll stick with Detroit to win the American League, but I'm showing you both angles. And if the Mariners don't make it this year, then I think 2027 is going to be the year. But this is too hard to ignore right here. But then if things should be synced up with the playoff record and the ALCS record, then Tigers can obviously improve the 4-4 in the ALCS. Tarek Screwball's 35. Well, the Tigers fought a 3-5 in the ALCS. Screwball's Gematria of the Padres in reverse 96 and 42. So there's that too. Ichiro Suzuki. How old is he? Now, what's the Gematria at T-Mobile Park? T-Mobile Park, 50th season, 50 previous seasons. They make it to the World Series. I mean, I think this is a very well-rounded preview to the playoffs. Could Toronto make it? Well, I just feel, even though Guerrero's the son of Vladimir Guerrero, I just feel that, yes, Canada has a lot of viewers. Yes, they do. But some way, somehow, I think the Blue Jays are going to lose. I can't have the AL East in the World Series all the time. You know why? What's the divisional record for the Blue Jays? Back then, there was no division series. They're not. I don't think they make it to the ALCS. 2-0 in the divisional series. They're 2-0 in the divisional series. They're 6-2 in the divisional series. They'll probably win 2 out of 3 divisional series, because if you look at the Gematria Blue Jays is 23, so they win 2 out of 3 divisional series. Who knows? Maybe we see Toronto against Seattle in Seattle's 49th season. Blue Jays will probably win the AL East anyways. 7-8, they can fall to 7-9 like champion. Yeah, this is it. That's the 2 possibilities.